We are back with this podcast, y'all. And y'all cannot be saying that I have not been consistent. I have been posting every other day, and we are back with the podcast, guys. Like, I don't know when the last episode is going to come out because the last episode is actually me interviewing someone else, but I haven't heard from you in a few days. You know who you are. If you're watching this, please hit me up, okay? Please. But today, well, actually, I have a few things I want to talk about before we get into the actual podcast episode, like the information we're gonna be talking today. So we want to talk about releasing 10 real quick. And I'm gonna have a video next month in July where I actually like go in depth on not just that book, but the other books in the series and how they broke me. But releasing 10, so Lizzie has always been my favorite character. Like people say like, oh this and oh that, but genuinely, like they were like, she acts this way, she acts this way. I'd act the same way too if my friends literally were as horrible as they were. And people were like, well, Liz was the real horrible friend here. Like, she would ditch Claire for Hugh. She did that because Claire ditched her for Big. Ooh, I'm about to say for Gipsy. So make it make sense. It's like she did that. You guys know the only reason she hung out with Hugh and Feely all the time was because she literally couldn't hang out with Claire because the second that Gibbsy came in the picture, they were gone like that. Gone like that. And they were like, well, read Taming Seven. I can't even get through Taming Seven because I'm so mad. Like, this is not a spoiler for Taming Seven either, because it's like within like the first 100 pages and it doesn't spoil anything. I just don't like Katie. Like Claire sat there and listened to Katie say like all these horrible things. Not well, it wasn't all these horrible things, but she said something. She said something. She said a backhanded comment, and Claire was like, "I can't disagree." And like when it comes to Shannon, if Bella even looked at Shannon in Binding 13, Claire was ready to fight. But the second that somebody antagonizes Lizzie, it's an issue. And like I feel like the only people who are like the major W's in this book is Patrick or Feely, Hughie, Joey, and Shannon. And I guess you could say Johnny, but Johnny doesn't have enough history for me to be like, oh, because I don't think they're technically friends, right? Like they're not technically friends. So I could say Johnny, but Johnny doesn't have anything to do with the group, for real. He's just there because Shannon's there, which we love that for him. But I was like, what? Money, like you need to find you some better friends. And Patrick, while I do know like him and Lizzie, um, well, I can't even say that because it's in Releasing 10. But I do know that I think him and Lizzie had like a little fight, right? I might be imagining things, but even with that, like he never like said any backhanded like things about Lizzie. Like usually the things he would say about Lizzie were like, if she doesn't pick with me, I'm not gonna pick with her. But he would never say anything like backhanded, like, oh well this and oh well that, and he wouldn't say things behind her back because he can still consider her a friend. And then Gibbsy would just like say extremely crazy things about her, but he would also be the same person, be like, I don't hold any of that against her. She's like grieving, she's not in her right mind. So, like, you're contradicting what you just said. Honestly, I don't know. And then Katie, while I do think what Lizzie said in Taming, what is it, Taming Seven? Yeah, Taming Seven, I think. Taming Seven, when I do think what Lizzie said about Katie when she was like sticks and stones that break my bones, stuff like that, was wrong. Katie, you already know how Lizzie get down, so why did you say something in the first place? We were having a good, peaceful morning. You already know how Lizzie get down. And speaking of which, Claire knew Lizzie's about to explode, but instead she just sat there and let Liz look like the bad guy. I don't know. Like I said, it's gonna be like a full video on that, but I thought that was crazy. Like, wow, that's some fake. May friends like that never find me because I don't need that in my life. Okay. And also, can we just quickly talk about Lauren Roberts real quick? Like, I find it so crazy that like just what 4 days ago, 5, 6 days ago, I posted the video of me ranting about my favorite trilogy slash series ever, which was the Powerless trilogy by Lauren Roberts. I was ranting about how much I love that series and everything in it and everything about it. And then just like yesterday, I think it was, she announced Fear. What? And I thought it was gonna be Blair and Lenny's book. I'm like, there's reasons why, because in Fearless, Right. Let me not get these books mixed up. In Fearless, there was like some things that kind of hinted that there was something going on between Lenny and Blair. And also the end of Fearless had some hints as well. So I was just like, oh well, if Lauren Roberts said there's gonna be another novella. So obviously that means that it's gonna be Blair and Lenny's novella. But it's not. It's Mara and Kit's novella. And everybody's just like, who's Mara? And but they're the same people that are claiming to read Fearless, which I get it because there was like I was like at the end of Fearless, I was like, who is Mara? Because Mara was like introduced at the end, right? And she was talking to Kit, right? So I was like, who is Mara? Who is this? And Lauren Roberts has responded. And this book is between Mara and Kit, I'm assuming. I know it's going to be in Mara's point of view, but people are also saying it's Kit's point of view. I did not read the article that people were saying is out because I am too busy to read articles. See, that sounds so stupid because I read books like 24/7, but I can't read a simple. I should read the article. I should read the article. But apparently, Lauren Roberts confirmed it's going to be Kit's point of view as well, which I feel like is going to be really cool because we didn't even know who Mara was until like the end of the book. But obviously, Mara's supposed to be someone we know, but she's been introduced for the first time in Fearless. But at the end of the book, it's obviously somebody we know because Kit recognized Mara. So I'm trying to figure out what was going on between Mara and Kit. Secret romance? Okay. Also, like, can we quickly, like, I'm sorry, like, we're so off topic, but like, I finished Problematic Summer Romance on, what was it, Monday or Tuesday? Guys, that book was so good. It was so good. You need to read it, like, right now. Because, like, so Not in Love, right? Not in Love is the book that I said I did not like. I loved most of Ellie Hazel's work, and then Not in Love was just like what I just hated. I couldn't get through it. I almost DNF'd it. I did not like it at all. Right? It reminded me too much of Icebreaker, and I hate Icebreaker. There was like no plot at all. So I don't read synopsises 90% of the time, right? The only one I read the synopsis for was her book that comes out, I think in like what, September, October, which is Mate, because it's the second book to Bride. And I was like, oh, I have to know like what's going on now, right? So I only read that synopsis, but I did not know that Not in Love and the Problematic Summer Romance were in a series. So apparently it's a series. And what? Because I think that we might get a book for I forgot who it was. But because I was enthralled in the romance, right? So I forgot who it was, but I do think there's gonna be like a third book, so maybe a trilogy, but this is the second book. And basically, if you guys remember Maya, who was Eli's little sister in Not in Love, which I just always found her so iconic, this is her book. So if you guys don't know who Maya is and Not in Love, get introduced to Maya and we see her in a few scenes as well. But basically, and this is not a spoiler because like people will tell you this, and also it's referenced in Problematic Summer Romance. But basically, like Maya's the problem child. Like she was given into custody to Eli when she was young, and she would act out. She was a problem child, stuff like that. And so she moved all the way to I think Europe. Moved all the way to Europe, I believe. And so she studied there for school. And basically, there was always like these jokes that would go around between Maya and Eli, where Maya would talk about his best friend Connor. And basically, this is Maya and Connor's book because apparently they had history. And this is like the what? I can't not. I think it's second chance romance. And if it is second chance romance, I'm surprised I like it because I don't like the second chance romance trope. It's not my trope. I don't like it. I've never seen anybody do it correctly until now. Because I consider this second chance romance. Because if you read the book, you'd see why. Because it's like flashbacks of their past. So I was like, okay, second chance romance, maybe. But that book was 5 stars. I loved it so much. And I finished it in less than 10 hours. Because I woke up at 4 a.m. for my usual walk. And I was like, I don't want to listen to music today. I don't want to listen to an audiobook that's on my TBR for the month of June. Which, by the way, go watch my June TBR video. But for the month of June, I want to read one of my books on my TBR. And since it's the first month of summer, assuming you could say, I was like, let's do a summer romance, which is Problematic Summer Romance by Ellie Hazelwood. So I started it. and I did my walk, and I listened to it in the store because I went to get some groceries afterwards, and then I came home and I finished the book within like the span. So I finished it at like 11 a.m. And mind you, I had classes. I probably would have finished it earlier if I did not have classes, but I did have classes that day. And I'm still not out of school yet, which is crazy. By the time, wait, when you guys go see, today is Thursday. They said a video came out today. Today's Thursday, by the way, which was the May wrap up video that just came out. So this means this comes out on Saturday, which means I'm technically still in school when this video drops, and I will not be out until next week, which is crazy work. I know because everybody around me is like out of school. Crazy world we live in, right? Anyways, so I had classes on Tuesday, so I was reading in between these classes, but I was zooming through this book. I literally could not put it down. Like, well, obviously I had to put it down because I had to go to classes, but I could not put this book down. If I didn't have classes, I probably would have finished it way earlier, like 9 a.m., 8 a.m., maybe. But I had classes that day, so I finished it at 11 because I had to stop in between classes because I do pay attention in class, despite what people believe. I do pay attention in class. I'm not just planning videos all day. But yeah. But before we get into the episode, I know we're like 11 minutes in and we have not even started. I did want to go ahead and let you guys that if you guys go to the Etsy link that's in the description link, you guys can actually get a personalized signed copy of my book that comes out July 31st. And you can place your pre-order now so you can get a guaranteed copy because after the book releases, that'll be taken down for a little bit. And so it'll be hard to get a personalized signed copy after it releases and everything like that because it'll be taken off the Etsy. And then it'll probably go back up like around August, mid-August, like a few days after it releases. So I would say like pre-order yours now so you can guarantee a copy because after pre-order, because I'm only pre-ordering, wait, what? The pre-orders are like guaranteed copies, but after it releases, it'll only be limited quantity and it'll probably be like a restock every other month. So I cannot guarantee a personalized signed copy. So I just say that you should just go ahead and pre-order your copy now because it's probably best so you can get a guaranteed signed copy. It's a YA clean fantasy novel between two girls who have unrelated backgrounds, and basically they're trying to solve a mystery together because they've been invited to the royal castle because apparently they've been related to the royal family all this time and they did not know. So if you want to go ahead and pre-order your copy, and also I'm horrible at explaining my book. I don't know why. If you guys check out my Instagram, which is also linked in the description below, you guys can see tons and tons more about this book. You guys can see the character details and stuff like that. And also, if you were part of the ARC team, I just sent out the ARC acceptance letters a few days ago. So if you do not receive an email, it's okay. I promise. When I have more books that I'm currently in the process of writing, some of them are getting ready to be published. So there will be more ARC opportunities. So just be on the lookout on my Instagram because that's the first place you guys are going to hear about ARC opportunities. Now let's go ahead and get into this video. So I know this entire season has been because this is season 4, for anybody this is the first time watching it, I know this entire season has been about writing, right? The author journey, writing your book, stuff like that. But I just had to take one episode to acknowledge all the books that are getting turned into TV shows. Like, all these companies must have, like, reached out to these agents at the same exact time, day, and moment, because it was, like, just a few days ago, all these shows were getting announced, and I was like, what? Whoa. Okay? So, the first, like, all these companies were like dropping the fact that like, oh yeah, this book's gonna be turned into a show, this is gonna be turned into a show, stuff like that, stuff like that. And there's also some old news as well that I want to touch on as well. So the thumbnail for this is like a girl's got to murder and the TV show. I already watched it. I watched the entire season the day it was released because girl, I was like, guys, I have the cover and now all the covers have like the watch it on Netflix. I have my cover before it has the watch it on Netflix thing, like, because I was an OG, an OG. Okay, so I watched the show and Holly Jackson did not direct that. She literally said she didn't direct it. She had no control over anything in there and she wished it was much more book accurate. She didn't write the scripts, but she said for season 2, she has full creative control and she's the one writing the scripts. So hopefully it's gonna be much more accurate to Good Girl Bad Blood. Because if it's not, I'm going to cry, which I also believe they're currently in filming for it. because they're like hinting at scenes that they filmed. So the first one I want to touch on is Go Bad Blood is currently in filming, I believe, and we all know that it's been picked up by Netflix. The next book that I want to talk about real quick is The Love Hypothesis is currently in filming. Now, it was picked up allegedly, I don't know if this is the real company, this is just what I got based off of research, by a company called Bisous Pictures. And the release date is not yet announced because once again, they're in the filming process. But apparently it got picked up about a year ago. Once again, this is based off of what I found, based off research. It got picked up a year ago and they just started filming as of recent. So I've been waiting for this since it was announced that it was picked up and it had rights. Guys, oh, this better be on Netflix. Like, I know it's not a Netflix production, but it better be on Netflix like a few weeks after it comes out because I need to watch The Love Hypothesis. I need to. Oh, I love that book so much. And also the deluxe edition for that book just dropped like yesterday, I believe. Like it dropped on Wednesday. Today's Thursday when I'm currently filming this. So I need to get my hands on that, and hopefully it's gonna be like a little DVD. Because if there's a DVD, I know like y'all probably like, who even uses DVDs no more? Leave me alone. If there's a DVD for the Love Hypothesis, it's gonna go. It's gonna be on my bookshelf. It's not even gonna be on a hold. It's gonna be on my bookshelf right beside the book. Like there's gonna be like a little DVD right beside the Love Hypothesis, and I'm gonna have no shame whatsoever. Like yeah, I have the DVD. Got an issue with me. Anyways, yeah. So that's the first thing. Apparently, they've been picked up by Business Pictures, and the release date is not yet announced, but they are currently in filming. I don't know how far into filming they are, and I hope that it's book accurate, because if it's not, I'm going to cry. Okay. Next up is the Twisted Love series getting picked up by Netflix. Now, oh my goodness. I feel like I'm not gonna like season two. I already know that. I'm not gonna like season two because I did not like the Twisted James because of the little plot twist we got in like the middle of the book. And I just love how like people ignore that. Like it ruined the book for me. I was just like, okay, bro. Because even after we found out, like after we debunked certain things, I was just like, it ruined the entire thing for me because now all I can think about is that plot twist we had. Like that was ah ah ah, and I can't even say the word that describes it because it would spoil the book for you. But if you hear this, then you hear it. If you don't, you don't. But it was incest. I doubt you heard what I just said, but it was incest. And I was not having it. I was just like, oh my goodness, no. So I already know I'm not gonna like season two, but season one, the only thing I'm worried about is that singing scene. Ooh. I did not listen to the audiobook for Twisted Love. I read it in one night, I believe, on my phone, back when I actually used to read on my phone, because it was on Kindle Unlimited, and it was like nighttime and I didn't have any lights on, so I was like, let's just go to the phone and everything like that. So I read it in one night, I believe, and I finished it like the next morning because I was like, too tired to like finish, which is weird for me because when it came to If You Had Been With Me, I literally was awake until 3 a.m. finishing that book, no matter regardless of how tired I was, and I pulled my eyes out all the way up until 4 a.m. in the morning. I had to get up again at like 7, so I only got like 3 hours of sleep that night, but it's okay. It's okay. So everybody's like being like they're gonna mess it up and this, that, and the third, but y'all, they did a, like even though I don't think they have the same producers as A Good Girl's Kind of Murder and you're so not invited to my bat mitzvah, but guys, they did a good job on A Girl's Kind of Murder. Whether it was book accurate or not, it was so good. I don't like how they changed a few things, but it was good. You know, it was good. So I'm not too worried about Twisted Love. I'm worried about Twisted Games and also Twisted Hate. I'm a little worried about because I don't like Josh. I and y'all keep making excuses for the man. He was hurt. He was this. He was that. His response to what happened is the reason why Jules didn't come to him. Someone had to say it. Now, Twisted Lies, though, Twisted Lies was actually my favorite book out the entire series. It's also the longest in the series. But I love Twisted Love, Twisted Lies so much. And then I of course, read the novellas. Duh. I wish I could own the novellas. She should make like a book, because it was like multiple novellas, but she should make a book that just contains all the novellas so I can have like a physical copy of the novellas and I can read the novellas whenever I want to read the novellas. Why am I saying novellas like that? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, Twisted Love is getting picked up by Netflix. Next up, now this one I'm actually getting worried. I'm actually kind of worried about because um Fourth Wing. Fourth Wing. So first of all, we already know that Fourth Wing is getting its graphic novel. According to Rebecca Yarros, it's getting a graphic novel, which I don't know how that's gonna go. And also, I think that's like a really unique because I've never seen anybody like turn the novel into like a graphic novel. Unless it's like a children's novel, and I've never seen anybody do that. So I think that's really unique for her. It's a great marketing strategy as well. Strategy as well. I just can't relive the end of Fourth Wing twice because the first time I didn't cry, but I was like devastated. But I know if I have to re-experience that, I'm going to bawl my eyes out. Bawl my eyes out. So I'm scared. And then it's gonna be three times because Fourth Wing got picked up by not only Prime Video, but once again, this is based off of research I got, but also Michael B. Jordan's production company. Michael B. Jordan has a production company. Hold on, we're gonna look this up. So, because like I said, this is basically off the research that I got. If you guys look this up, I don't know if you're gonna get the same answers as me, but if you look it up, it gave me Michael B. Jordan's production company. So I'm gonna say, what is Michael B. Jordan's production company? Um, hello. So it's a production list. I think. Is this it? Is it called the Outlier Society? Yes, it's Outlier Society. Yes. So it says projects. Oh, there's a lot. Okay, so I think it's called the Outlier Society. It's a production company. Outlier Society is a cutting edge production company and home to actor slash producer Michael B. Jordan. The company has recently signed a first look deal with Warner Bros. And is focused on showcasing an lineup of diverse stories and voices. And it says the project that's at the top is Fourth Wing, which is going to be a series. I thought it was going to be like a series of movies, but no. And if I click on Fourth Wing, it says in development slash pre-production. Last update was um May 20th, 2025, and the shoot date is November 1st, 2025, and locations are to be announced. And then project summary is a series adaptation of Rebecca Yarros's fantasy novel Fourth Wing, which is set at a war college for dragon riders. I could see him doing something like this because after he was in Black Panther, I feel like fantasy. I don't think you can mess with fantasy. It's Michael B. Jordan. He was in Black Panther. He was in Creed. Like, come on. I didn't know he had a production company until like today though, but apparently it's confirmed and they're starting to film in November. Why? What? Oh, crazy. But yeah, it's Michael B. Jordan's production company and Prime Video. So I don't know if it's like a partnership where it's going to be on Prime Video, but it's Michael B. Jordan's production company that's doing it. And it's not produced by Prime Video, but it's a Prime Video original, maybe. So I don't know. I'm scared to see how it's gonna play out, but yeah. Next up, my baby Powerless is getting picked up by Prime Video as well. See, I hold on. Prime Video. That's one, two, three, four. Four projects. This one and three others I'm about to announce to you guys have been picked up by Prime Video and all announced in like the same week, I believe. Prime Video was definitely sending out all them emails and getting all the details and announcing them all in the same week because I knew those book girls would be on top of it. On top of it. Okay. I knew those book girls would be on top of it. Okay. But Powerless is getting picked up by Prime Video and listen, listen, listen. I am scared because I don't think anybody could live up to Kai as her, but we'll see. You know, we'll see. I'm so excited. No, no, no. I just had a crazy realization. I'm going to have to relive the ending of Powerless. I sobbed. I sobbed over. Hold on. What's back? Over Powerful, Fearless, and Powerless. Reckless, there was not too much emotional stuff in there, so I didn't cry over that. But there were three books I cried over. Powerless and Powerful have the same ending, just from two different point of views, and I sobbed during both of them, but I sobbed even harder for Powerful. So Powerful, if it's gonna be a series and Powerful is gonna be like a part of the series, or like maybe you know, like some shows they do it like where you can see both point of views in the same season. If there's 3 seasons or something like that, and we see both point of views. What if they do that with Fearful too? With Fearful and Fearless. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna be sobbing because there were like a lot of things in Fearless that had me like sobbing. I'm so scared. And if they mess this up, everybody's getting blacklisted. I don't care. Everybody's getting blacklisted. I don't care. Okay. The Rose Hill series by Elsie Silver, which I did not know. Guys, I literally just bought the first book in that series. And ah, I'm just so glad that I can like watch it before they get like that Prime Video thing up there. Because all of these books I'm about to like, well, except for one, which is the last one, but I really want to read the series. I own at least one book. But the Rose Hill series is also getting picked up by Prime Video, which I think they can do good on because the Rose Hill series is not fantasy like Fourth Wing or Powerless, so it'd be easier when it comes to like the editing wise. Because I don't know the level of CGI you need for like fantasy stuff, but you know they did great with the Samurai Turn Pretty, which is a romance TV show. Yeah, a romance TV show, and I feel like they could do the same thing with the Rose Hill series and not mess it up. So I have faith in Prime Video for the Rose Hill series. As for Fourth Wing and Powerless, y'all messed those books up, and everybody that worked on it is getting blacklisted. I said it, and I don't care. I don't care. Okay, I don't really. But the Rose Hill series is getting picked up by Prime Video. So round of applause to Prime Video because we have one more that they also picked up, which is the Divine Rivals Duology. I don't know what it's called, and I really want to read this series. Listen, I actually have backstory between me and the series. I actually tried to pick it up. I actually tried to read it, right? But it was a library book, first of all, and I was like, I need to finish this so I can return to the library. And I think I put way too much pressure on myself to finish that book. So I got so stressed and I was like, I'm just gonna return it. And I have not read it. So I think if I do read it, I want to buy the UK covers because what do I always say? Because everybody's like, oh, you guys buy books based off the covers. No, everybody says that like that series is good. That movie is good. And I was like, and I always say if I had the choice to get a different cover than the one that we have, I'm going to take the choice because I don't like the US covers for that duology. So if I have the chance, I'm going to get the UK covers because I like those. I like those. And as for like the Binding 13 series, like the Boys Omen series, I am buying the UK covers and the US covers. Now you might be like, oh, we're kind of shush, shush. First of all, because the only reason I'm getting the US covers is because I order mine from Waterstones. And Waterstones takes up to 3 weeks max to get to me. And by then the spoiler's already out. So obviously I ordered Releasing 10 the UK cover after I finished reading Releasing 10, even though it's the US cover. And I'm keeping my US cover. My money, my choice. You're acting like it's your money. It's my money. I spend how I want. Anyways, I don't have any expectations for this one specifically because I don't plan on reading this book anytime soon, this duology anytime soon. I think I might buy it so that way it's on my shelf and I don't have to suffer those Prime Video stickers that are never gonna come off. Um, I don't, but I am excited for all these because we're gonna be like watching shows back to back to back like this. Oh, they know what they was doing. They were trying to give us book girls some entertainment. And also, I just want to like make it known that Light Lorg is also picked up. I don't know if they're currently filming it because Alex Astor has a strict team. And so whenever somebody asks her about it on Instagram or something like that, she's like, she cannot share any information. She cannot share the casting. She cannot share this. She cannot share the location. She cannot share the filming date. She cannot share who picked it up. So we just have to wait until her agents start dropping stuff for her because she cannot reveal anything. She can't. She said on multiple occasions, she said she cannot reveal much about any of the stuff going on between like the and I don't even know if it's gonna be a movie or a show. I think it's gonna be a movie, she said. Um Show, I don't know. But it's getting picked up. And I'm currently reading Skyshade as well for a reading vlog. So subscribe if you guys want to see the reading vlog. But I'm about halfway through Sky Shade by Alex Astor. And I did not like Nightbane, but I did like Lightlark, and I'm halfway through Sky Shade, and I'm actually enjoying this. So hopefully it stays this way because my friend Maria said she was enjoying it halfway through too, and then it like went downhill. So I'm scared because I do want to enjoy this book. I do want to love it because Alex asked her, if you're 2 for 2 in a row, oh girl, I'm a little scared for Summer in the City. Now, do I have a personalized signed copy of Summer in the City? Yes, I do. Does that mean I'm any less scared to read it? No, because I've also heard bad things about Summer in the City. Oh, I'm scared. But in Alexander's defense, I heard a lot of bad things about Lightlark, saying that it was horrible, but I actually liked Lightlark. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. We don't know. Yeah. Anyways, there's more to this episode. I know you're probably like, when did you just say this last show? I just want to like, first of all, explain how well Netflix did with A Girl's Guide to Murder and You Are So Not Invited to My Bat Mitzvah. Now, I have not watched that movie, and I have not read the books either, but my sister has watched the movie, and it is her favorite. It's her obsession. Like, if I even dare open the Netflix app, she spawns and like, "Are you about to watch You Are Not So Invited to My Bat Mitzvah?" I'm like, "Not until I read the books, sweetie." She's like, "Then get the books." But I was like, "If I get the books, you're getting the book too." And I know she's not gonna read the book. So she like, I don't know. And also, I saw some scenes on Instagram, on YouTube, and this takes place between 12-year-olds, I think. And the drama y'all 12-year-olds are going through, I did not have to worry about none of this. Like, I didn't have to worry about none of this. Oh my goodness. But apparently they did amazing with You Are So Not Invited to My Bat Mitzvah, so I do want to watch it. And they did amazing with A Girl's Guide to Murder, even though they changed like all of it. But mind you, Holly Jackson had no creative input on that, but she does for season 2. So hopefully season 2 is gonna be better and much more book accurate. So yeah. And then with Prime Video, they picked up Daisy Jones and the Six. I've heard good things about the TV show. I have the book. I need to read it. You guys know me. I don't watch the show or the movie until I read the book, which unless I did not know there were, because with the Summer I Turned Pretty, I did not know there were books, and I watched the show because it was trending and everybody was saying good things about it, and I got to season 2, and everybody was like, "Did you read the books?" And I was like, "There's books?" And everybody was like, "Yeah, you didn't read the books?" Honey, I didn't even know books exist. I didn't even know those books existed. So I got into reading around this time last year, and I started The Summer I Turned Pretty about a few months ago, like around April, I want to say, last year, right? So I was not into reading at like when I started it. So they were like, "Did you read the books?" And I was like, "There are books," and they're like, "Yeah." Now, was The Summer I Turned Pretty the first book I read that got me back into reading? No, that was Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood, which is why it was the first book I bedazzled. Because you guys know I've been taking up bedazzling, and the first book that I ever bedazzled was Check and Mate because it was the book that got me back into reading. That's why Ali Hazelwood is like so dear and close to my heart, which is why I was so upset when I did not like Not in Love. But yeah. So that's me. The Summer I Turned Pretty was not what got me back in the reading. It was Checkmate, but I did love the TV show for The Summer I Turned Pretty. So they did amazing with that. The quality and first that but ooh girl, for an author, I cannot speak. I can write, but I can't speak. Anyways, yeah. And apparently, Daisy Jones and the Six was a good show. So I'm excited. But yeah, here's all of today's video. Thank you all so much for listening to me yap and ramble. And I'm trying to be super duper consistent for you guys because I want you guys to have content. I like all stuff. And you guys gotta remember, this is not my own channel. I run a gaming channel with my friends, which is the Pixel Princesses. You guys should go subscribe because we're extremely funny up there. And yeah. Make sure you guys go ahead and pre-order your personalized signed copy now because it is once it goes on Barnes& and Noble, because it is going to be a Barnes& and Noble book. Once it is going into Barnes& and Noble, and once it's published on July 31st, the personalized signed copies will be taken down. The pre-orders for those will be taken down and will probably not come back again until August, and it will be limited quantity. And when those sell out, you have to wait another month, and then it's gonna be limited quantity. So I just say pre-order yours now because then you have a guaranteed signed personalized copy. It's advice. Take it or leave it. It's up to you, love. I don't control your spending habits. Okay, I don't. You do. But if you seem interested, check out my Instagram as well, so that way you can get more on the book, so you can make sure that it's something you want to read. Love you all so much. Thank you all so much for watching. Many kisses. Mwah. Many out and goodbye.